Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tatiana. I'm a 42-year-old wife, mother of 3, and woman on a mission to lose 50 pounds.
Am I really that much? And breaking these niggas down like a demo. You don't really know you are.
So while I had very different plans for this channel, I just got some news that kind of was a wake-up call for me and is not allowing me the capacity to sort of like live my day-to-day life and create content that is separate from it. So a few weeks ago, I was feeling really lethargic and I went to my doctor, gave him my symptoms, and my doctor ordered a series of labs. When the labs came back, they came back stating that I am considered pre-diabetic. So my doctor's like, let's not freak out. Let's just do the work. You can eat right. You can lose the weight. You can make it happen. So in addition to that, I have 3 kids. My last is my baby girl who's 2 years old, and she's going to be turning 3 in about 2 weeks. So I haven't lost most of the baby weight. I went into labor with her at 210 pounds, and as of last week, I was at 188 pounds. So I've only been doing my weigh-ins once a week because I know how weight can fluctuate. But I spent the last week being very consistent in the gym and, just making it happen. So I weighed myself at 188 last week, and this week I weighed myself and I was 183 pounds, which gives me a 5-pound weight loss, which was really exciting to me. So I'm starting this channel as a way to keep myself accountable. I'm a person who would usually never share the process. I don't like to be vulnerable and open up about these types of things. I like to just kind of skip to the good part and, skip to the win, skip to the victory, and only share that. However, there are other people who are going through things like this. I want to be able to share this process as sort of a diary to show how I got to the other side of this 50-pound weight loss. It's actually 48 pounds that I need to lose, but I'm just rounding it off to 50. I'm really excited. I lost the 5 pounds, and I'm going to use this vlog to show y'all how I did it. So first things first. The first thing that I do every day that I've done in the past week is stay hydrated. When I wake up in the morning, I drink 16 ounces of water. Like, that's just a water bottle. Fill up a cup and I drink it. And this is like as soon as I wake up in the morning. After I use the bathroom, brush my teeth and all those things, I go and I drink at least 16 ounces of water. I start my day hydrated. I do that because it's really easy to confuse dehydration for hunger. So I like to kind of start myself off by knowing, okay, I'm hydrated, and then I kind of know like how much I'll be able to eat for breakfast and throughout the day, because I continue to drink throughout the day. So I'll usually fill up like my Stanley cup or my Simple Modern cup 3 times throughout the day and drink the entire thing. And I start in the morning. So after I have that 16 ounces, I fill up one of those, the Stanley cup or the Simple Modern cup, and I go from there. But that's my first thing that I've done. I have stayed hydrated every single day. All right, y'all, so I just arrived at the gym. I got my water, got my headphones, got my little pouch. I got this set that I'm wearing from Fashion Nova, and I got this little like thin jacket from Old Navy, and it's so light and cute. But yes, this is what I'm wearing to the gym, so I'm headed up and I'm gonna call you back.
I need that cover on. I see you
Is a heart of a woman. Yeah. Is a heart of a woman. Question is why I do the things I do. Answer I may never find.
Alright, y'all, so I just left the gym. You can see I'm pretty red in the face, but it's all good because I'm feeling refreshed. I got a good sweat in. I know I'm going to be sore tomorrow, especially with the like lat pulls and the rows. But the workout felt great. I feel refreshed. It's Sunday. This was a great way for me to start my week. Of course, I just left the gym, so I am absolutely ravenous. I went to the gym a little bit later than I usually do. I had been getting up at like 5:30 a.m. and trying to hit the gym around like 6:30, but this time I got to the gym a lot later. So it's lunchtime, and I'm gonna stop and get something to eat. So let me go ahead and bag into this parking spot, and I'm gonna call y'all back. Okay, I didn't end up bagging back into that spot because it was too close to the business next door. But the second thing I did this week was get active. I got active. I worked out 4 times this week. I went to the gym 3 times, and I did a 1-mile walk one time. There's like a nearby track, and I walked around there 4 times, which is meant to equal a mile. So I stayed active this week. I got active 4 times. I got the family involved. My husband and my kids were more than happy to walk the track with me to keep me motivated. So that's the second thing I changed this week. I got up early, and I got moving, and that really made such a huge difference for me. Like, I feel way more energetic. I have more energy in the morning because I was like really struggling over the past like 2.5 years. I've always been an early bird. I've always been a person who like hops up and is ready to go and ready to be productive in the morning. Girl, that was not happening. I was like waking up at the very last minute, essentially falling out of bed to like get ready for the day. It's not a good feeling. So it feels more like myself. I didn't do it today though, but the other days I was getting up at like 5:30, 6 a.m. to do it. The day that we took the walk as a family, we did that after work in school, which also felt great. But I have way more energy than I did prior to now, and I feel like I can contribute it to getting up and being active and sort of reminding my body that, like, getting that muscle memory going, reminding my body that we can do this. This is what we do. You know, I can get fit, I can lose this weight, I can be active, and feel great in my body. Because to be honest, I had not been feeling great in my body. I haven't been. I also struggle with postpartum depression, something I didn't realize until later. And it's something that you can struggle with for like 3 years, girl. So I'm just now getting to the other side of that as well. Like dealing with postpartum depression, dealing with the weight, dealing with, you know, health issues that came as a result of the weight. And I'm just trying to nip all of that, you know, in the bud. Like, I'm like, all of this I need to get under control, but I'm on it. I'm in it, and I'm happy to do it. It feels really, really good to take the time to take care of myself. Because over the years, you know, I'm being a mom. I'm being mommy. I'm showing up. I'm putting myself on the back burner. And it's just something that I can't do anymore, because if not, I won't be here to be with my family and see my children and my grandchildren. And I'm just not here for that. So I'm getting healthy. I'm finna go in here and get this food, and I'm gonna call y'all back. I'm gonna do a burrito bowl, but like as a salad. So no rice, no rice, just the black beans. And can I get the grilled veggies as well? No sour cream, no cheese. For the salad, that one is mild, or? Yeah, I'm gonna get that one for this also. I mean, for the bowl.
The tomato.
And I think that's it.
Then I would like to have.
Okay, so the third thing I did differently this week was cut sugar and limit carbs. So where I would usually do my Chipotle burrito bowl, I would usually do like rice and beans. I just did beans, grilled chicken, lettuce, salsa, and the grilled veggies. And all my meals this week, with the exception of like an avocado toast, I primarily focused on meat and veggies, a protein and veggies. And that went a long way. I noticed like a lot of my bloating went away, because I was feeling really bloated. This week, not so much. And it helped a lot. So for my burrito bowl, that's what I got, and that's what I've been sticking with this week. and it went far. I feel like that was a major part. In addition to like working out, I feel like the way I've been eating has contributed to that 5 pounds coming off in a week, especially the sugar portion of it. Girl, I'm good for making 2 lattes a day on my Nespresso. I'll make me a pistachio joint, then I'll turn around at the end of the day for a little pick-me-up at 3 p.m. and make myself a cookie butter joint, and that's where I was messing up. So I had to cut that. Now I'll just do like my latte with just, you know, espresso shots and milk, which I'm gonna do because I haven't had any coffee today. I need to stop and get coffee. But those 2 things, like cutting the sugar and limiting the carbohydrates, has gone a very long way for me in this 1 week. It's something that I see like big results from, so I'm definitely going to stick with it. And to be clear, I'm not dieting. I'm eating. Like, I'm eating 3 meals a day. I'm eating snacks in between. I've been doing a lot better with my snacks too. Like, it's so easy to pick up something with a bunch of sugar in it in terms of a snack. And so I'll do like cucumber slices with hummus. I'll do a protein shake. Very limited sugar though, you know, in the protein shake. I'm gonna make a video on like how I make the protein shakes, because I have to be very careful about doing too much sugar since I am considered to be pre-diabetic. So I'm real careful about that. But I do feel like doing this has made a huge impact in this week of working out. Because like last week, I did okay. But I wasn't going strong with like changing the way I eat. But I'm not dieting. I am eating. I'm just doing a better job of eating. It's a lifestyle change. And now that I see the results, it's making me feel like it's worth it. It's making me feel like I need to commit. And of course, I'm going to be using this channel as a diary because I need the accountability. If I need accountability anywhere, it's this. Like, I don't have anything if I don't have my health. So I am going to take a bite of this because I'm so hungry that I do not want to wait until I get home. So I am going to sit here and take like 2 bites. Y'all know the vibe. Sometimes you be hungry. You be like, let me just, this is going to be my version of let me get a fry. But I gotta get a whole fork out and all of that, child. But anyway, I'm about to take me like 2 bites of this. And I also got to go. So my husband was cool with getting Chipotle, and so was my older son. The littles, they don't want that. I have 2 little kids. I have a 7-year-old and an almost 3-year-old. They don't want it. I have to stop by Raising Cane's for them, girl. So I wanted to talk about the carbs in my burrito bowl. So I decided to get rid of the rice and keep the beans. Now, granted, both of those are carbs. You know what I mean? But I kept the beans for 2 reasons. Number 1 being that I am anemic and I need the iron. And number 2 being I'm trying to shed the weight, but I really want to keep my curve. So I'm picking and choosing where I have the carbs. I don't have them all the time with every meal like I used to, but I do hold on to them for some meals. Because I want to be able to have curves. I want to be able to keep my butt and hips and, you know, all the things. Like, I want to be shapely. I'm trying to lose the weight, but I want to keep a little bit of thickness, if you feel me. You know what I mean? And then another thing too is that I talked to my doctor about being eligible for GLP-1s and Ozempic, and I am eligible, but I told her that I would like to try to do it myself first. Like, I really want to try to lose the weight myself. And then if there's an issue, we can go with that. In addition to that, this week I am doing labs for PCOS. So I realized that I have a few of the symptoms that, you know, qualify for PCOS, or would it be qualified? Not qualified. I don't know if that's the right word, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. I realized that I have a lot of the symptoms. So I asked my doctor if I could get tested, because I'm like, if I'm doing all of this work and I'm making these lifestyle changes, I need to know if I have a hormonal imbalance in order to be effective, so that I know that I'm doing the right thing, I'm eating the right things, I'm doing the right exercises. So I'm going to do that this week, and I am going to pick my camera up because I had no concept of how to go about being tested for PCOS. I actually emailed my doctor and asked her how I would go about it. So I'm going to pick my camera up for that process, because I feel like a lot of people could be confused about it, or it may be something that you have symptoms for. If you do, please drop down in the comments and let me know. If you do have it, let me know, you know, what the process was like for you. But I'm trying to make sure that I understand as much as possible in terms of my health so that I make the right decisions for this weight loss journey. But I'm finna go get me some coffee, y'all, and I'm gonna call you back. Morning, or is it it's afternoon? I am so sorry. Can I get a venti iced latte with just almond milk, no sweetener?
Almond milk, no sweetener?
Yep.
Anything else?
That's it.
Alright, thank you.
It's lunchtime and I'm just now having my coffee. I usually have my coffee with breakfast or like right after breakfast because I like to have my coffee when I sit down and read my emails, or when I like watch YouTube. I like to catch up on my YouTubers or watch reality TV. And that's when I usually drink it in the morning. But we ended up going to a rodeo themed party last night, girl. We had a time. It was so fun. Everybody dressed up, everybody participated. It was so much fun. And we got home really late. We were exhausted. Girl, my feet were red. I haven't wore heels. I can't even remember the last time I wore heels. I don't remember, but we had a time at the rodeo inspired party, child. It was a good time. So I didn't get up as early as I usually do to work out. I've been getting up even on the weekend at like 5:30 a.m. and trying to get to the gym by like 6:30. But I got in much later today, but I made it happen. I am proud of myself for getting up because it's Sunday. It's Sunday, and I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about my 40s. Transitioning from one thing to the next be so hard for me now. I'd be taking so long to like, okay, I gotta get up, I gotta get in the bathroom, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I was in here just a yapping, and here's my coffee. All right, so I'm back at the house. I was in the Starbucks drive-thru just a yapping, not realizing they were handing me my drink. So I didn't finish what I was saying, but really quick, I got latte with almond milk, no syrup, no any of those things, because I'm trying to stay away from that for at least like a month before I'll get like, you know, a specialty drink. I'll put it back in my rotation maybe once I'm a month into being consistent. But I think it's a little bit too early, especially since like having specialty coffees are kind of like one of my main issues. I'm really staying disciplined in terms of like the coffee and what I have, because drinks also play a big part in, you know, your sugar intake. Also, what I was saying when I got cut off was that since I've been in my 40s, I don't know what it is about like transitioning from the one thing to the next thing. That has been so difficult for me. Like getting up in the morning, brushing my teeth, and then transferring into like taking a shower. It takes me forever to do everything now. And I never used to be like that. I used to be like a really quick, like early bird on the move type of person. Like I'm still productive. It just takes me a lot longer to do stuff. I'll look up and I'm like, how did 2 hours go by? But yeah, I don't know what it is. If y'all are going through that, if you're in your 40s, drop down in the comments and let me know that I'm not alone, because I don't know what it is. Even at the gym, like I try to be mindful of it, like do my specific workout, do my specific weightlifting and move on. Like don't linger, because I'm aware that it's taken me a long time to transfer from one thing to the next. But so I'm about to eat. I'm finally about to eat. I got water. That's what I'm having. I'm spilling water. I'm having water with my lunch today. I'm not gonna have like anything additional. I've cut like soda, sugary drinks, just anything like that I don't do. I mostly do water, and of course coffee, because I have kids and you know I'm trying to keep it together throughout the day. But I'm finally, and there's Zoe. I'm finally about to eat my lunch. So I finally made my way to the shower after leaving the gym. But I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Again, I'm going to be using this channel as a tool for accountability. I'm going to be using this channel as a diary to document all of the things that I'm going through, the good, the bad, the ugly, the challenges that I'm having as I get to the other side of this 50-pound weight loss. And if you are going through any of these things, whether it's wellness, a wellness journey, weight loss journey, overcoming postpartum depression, finding work-life balance with, you know, having children and a full-time job, which is me. I work full-time and I have 3 kids. And it is a lot. So I have to like plug in these times for me to like work out and get active. And it is not easy, but I'm going to be sharing all of the imperfect parts parts of getting to the other side of losing this 50 pounds. But again, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.